ISIS, what about ISIS? Again, the president always presents us with a false choice. You agree with me or you go off to war. The truth is we have a whole set of allies in the Middle East who know that ISIS is their fight. But they have asked us for very specific things to help them in that fight, and we have not provided them. We can rebuild an alliance to fight ISIS, but we have to lead and we have to give our allies what they are asking us to do. We do not have to march off to war, but we have to help our allies fight a war which we need them to win.
Back with us for the hour is 2016 GOP presidential candidate Carly Fiorina. All right, so you have a business background. You don't have a foreign policy background, so to speak. What do you say to somebody that says, all right, to be the next commander-in-chief, you need that experience?
Well, I've met more world leaders on the stage today than anyone running, with the possible exception of Hillary Clinton. Only I haven't done photo ops. I've had substantive private conversations. I have sat closer than you are to me right now, to Vladimir Putin, to Bibi Netanyahu, to the leadership of China, of Saudi Arabia, of the United Arab Emirates, Africa, Latin America, Europe. So I have a lot of experience. I also chaired the advisory board of the Central Intelligence Agency. I've advised 2 secretaries of defense, a secretary of Homeland Security, a secretary of state. I am not a neophyte. And having lived and worked and traveled and done business and charity and policy work all around the world, I know how vital it is that our allies believe we will stand with them and our adversaries must believe we will confront them.
When you look at Iraq and you look at cities that we had won during the surge, Mosul, Fallujah, Tikrit, Ramadi, and nearly lost 5,000 Americans now in the hands of ISIS. And you see that ISIS is growing in Africa, all throughout the Middle East. And the president says he still doesn't have a plan. What would your plan be to stop this growing cancer of evil? Because that's really what it is.
The first thing I would do is have a Camp David summit with our Arab allies, not to talk them into a very bad deal with Iran, but to say to them instead, what do you need from us? Now, we already know a lot of what they need from us. The Kurds need us to arm them. They have been asking for that for 3 years.
And they've been fighting the good fight.
That's right. They're probably the most effective fighting force there. For 3 years, the Obama administration has been saying we can't arm them because we have to go through this central government in Baghdad. The truth is there is no central government in Baghdad now. There is a Shia government that is in collaboration with Iran. So we need to arm the Kurds. King Abdullah of Jordan, a man I've known a very long time, when that Jordanian pilot was burned alive, he was here in this nation. He was here because he was asking us to provide him with bombs and materiel. We still have not provided it. The president of Egypt, who has been very brave and gone into Cairo and spoken to the imams and said there's a cancer in the heart of Islam which you must help root out. He has asked us to share intelligence. We have not done so. The Saudis are asking us for help. The Emiratis are. So let us have a Camp David summit. Let us come together with our allies. They know this is their fight. ISIS is a huge threat to them. Yes, we need a more effective air campaign. Yes, we probably need more special ops forces on the ground. Are you saying with the summit that
maybe we would be the provider of arms and materials and they would do the fighting?
I think that is at least a huge part of it. I think we have intelligence we need to be sharing. I think we need to provide we need to make it hard for ISIS, as well as Iran, to move money around the global financial system. We have a huge amount of influence over that we're not using.
Been asked, knowing what we know now, should we have gone into Iraq? I think knowing what we know now, should Obama have pulled out as early as he did? And should he have kept intelligence forces and training forces on the ground? Would that have prevented ISIS take over these cities?
Well, of course, that is the question. And what's also the question is, and no one's been able to ask it of Hillary Clinton, but they ought to be asking President Obama. President Obama and Secretary of State Hillary Clinton declared victory in Iraq in 2011. They said it was a sovereign, freely elected nation at peace, able to defend itself. They declared victory. Clearly, we have no victory in Iraq anymore. And that degradation from 2011 to 2015 is directly a result of our precipitous withdrawal. I think we mismanaged going in, but we clearly mismanaged going out. Our allies, however, again, they're asking us for specific things. They're asking us for leadership and support. We have not provided it. So what That say? It is yet another example of allies all over the world saying, you know what, we can't count on the U.S. And it is why, honestly, on day one in the Oval Office, I would make 2 phone calls, important in and of themselves, but important symbolically as well. Phone call number 1 to Bibi Netanyahu, a man I've known a long time, to say we will stand with the state of Israel. But guess what? Every other ally, including our Arab allies, has watched how we have treated Israel. And when we treat Israel as badly as we have, they conclude their friendship with us means nothing. And the second phone call I would make is to the supreme leader of Iran. He might not take my phone call. He would get the message, and the message is New Deal. And here's the deal. Until you open every nuclear facility, every uranium enrichment facility to anytime, anywhere inspections, we will